Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. A little bit of a different setting today. Just out for a little walk, just because been focusing a lot on physical activity, just keeping myself in shape, or at least trying to build some kind of mass, and just trying to keep everything in check. So, I've been reading a lot about, or hearing a lot, I've not been reading, nothing, but I've been hearing a lot about the whole Twitter fiasco that's going on with Elon Musk. Apparently he's messing up in some regards. I'm not on Twitter, so I can't say. I do have a Twitter account, and when I was very young, I did use that account like maybe once or twice, but I never really like followed up on it. Just because Twitter has always been a shithole anyway, so it's like, Elon Musk, whatever he's fucking up, I don't think that it would make things better or worse. Twitter's always been a shithole, so from what I've been told, so that's why I never went on there. I do have an Instagram, and I do post there, not frequently, just on rare occasion. Like I posted about my brother and all that, but because he had his birthday, but it got me thinking about how, because funny enough today, Tarantino once again had some very interesting comments in regards to the cinema, some certain things, specifically in regards to superhero movies, which a lot of people have a big passion for, and he was saying how Marvel actors are not really stars per se. Sorry, just a big ass spider web on my face. They say that they're not really movie stars per se, which he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. I mean he said it straight up, which is best point he's probably made so far, which is that people go see Captain America, they don't go see Chris Evans. And it's very, very true. If you deny it, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's the bottom line. That's the truth. And here we go on Twitter with I think it's Shimu, whatever the fuck his name is, the Shang-Chi actor. More to his point, I don't know the actors, I just know who they play. He was like, oh, well, I wouldn't have gotten any other opportunities if I didn't get to star in a $400 million film, or whatever the fuck it was he said, which, first of all, your film did not cost that much money. Second, I've always said this, and I will continue to say this: talent is not a measure of your gender, your race, whatever the fuck it is. Does not fucking matter, okay? This whole diversity shit, all this stuff that people flag up and bring up all the fucking time, it just never amounts to anything except a load of insecurities. Because that's all it is, man. When people bring up diversity, it's because they're just highly insecure about themselves. It doesn't matter, It doesn't really matter. I had a very well-diverse group of friends, but that was just natural, I had black friends, I had Asian friends, obviously I had white friends, I had female friends, I had friends that were in the LGBTQ community, so it's just like, I've had encounters with people that are transgender and all that, so I don't discriminate. I don't, and I never have gotten why people get so hung up on certain BS like that, It's just like, what's the point? And I know where this all stems from. It stems from social media. It stems from Twitter. It stems from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok especially. Jesus Christ. I don't have a TikTok, thankfully. But I see how it factors into storytelling as well. There's so many people that start to censor things or bring up things that the story never intended to do in the first place. And they bring in certain politics or certain kinds of bullshit. Like, I'm gonna go see Bones and All tonight, a film about cannibalism, and you know, it's supposedly a love story. I don't know. I don't know if that movie has controversy, but I feel like there would be, not necessarily because there's anything wrong with the film, but because people are so insecure nowadays that they just find something to get upset with, and that factors into storytelling. Unfortunately, I see it a lot. What was that one film that came out this year? Crimes of the Future, with David Cronenberg. Now, sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera. Cronenberg, everyone knows, is, you know, he's an auteur, or, you know, fuck it, hold on. There we go. Everyone knows that Cronenberg's style is a lot more, what's the word for it? Visceral, you know, he loves physicality, he loves body. It's why he's in that type of storytelling, body horror. It's literally in the name. I remember seeing people getting all, like, flustered by it, or they didn't want to watch it because, that's just, you know, disrespectful of this and that. Like, just making weird-ass comments about stories. We're not here to talk about politics. I mean, if, like I said before, if the movie brings up politics, then, and if the movie is asking you to have a discussion about politics, then you know, then bring it up. But if the film is not doing that, like, actually not doing that, not you bringing politics to the film. I've been guilty of doing that in the past, but if the film is not doing that, then don't bring it. Don't bring it to the film, because it was never intended to be that way. But for some reason, social media, it just kills so many kinds of storytelling. Like, we're so used to now a certain thing, which is flagging up diversity. That's the thing I've noticed so much lately in storytelling, is that we love to flag up diversity. Love to flag up this insecure ideology of that everybody is equal and that we should all respect one another and this and that. And to an extent, I do believe that. But I've said before, when it comes to storytelling, you have to be insensitive. You have to be insensitive as a storyteller. You have to just do your own thing. And if your own thing is going to piss off a few people, who cares? Who really cares at the end of the day? Because it's just a story, okay? This person's not actually killing anybody. He's not raping anybody. He's not committing any crimes. He's just telling a fucking story, okay? And it just, like, you know, it's just so funny to me that people get so hung up on people like this, you know, and they instill certain things, or certain, like I remember when I don't know if I ever brought this up, but I did a review for Captain Marvel back at my high school for a school publication, and I said the film was fine. You know, I thought it was okay. I thought Brie Larson was, you know, whatever. That one point I brought up about Brie Larson, I got a comment on that review saying that I did not do justice to the review. And you're probably wondering what's so significant about that. Well, I went to do a review on Unicorn Store, I think that's the name. It was like Brie Larson's debut. And I thought the film was fine, and I thought she herself was actually better in that film. And then I get a comment from that same person, like, kind of, like, thanking me for doing a better review, you know? And it's like, why do you feel the need to comment that, you know? Why do you feel the need to go out of your way to bring up something that I never brought up in the first place? Like, I never brought up anything about her gender. I never brought up anything about, like, that person in general. I'm only reviewing her job. I'm doing as her job, partially what her job is, which is to be criticized, because that's the whole thing about coming into the entertainment industry, is that if you can't take the criticism, then don't go into the industry. Like, that's part of the game. So, you know, I'm only doing my part as an audience member, which is to tell you how I feel. And also, I just don't give a fuck. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. So, but, you know, I remember that because it was kind of the seed for where I started thinking a lot about just where do these weird ideologies stem from? Like, why do people think these weird things? Like, what does it matter if a storyteller addresses a certain thing? What does it matter if someone does this or that? Or even in my situation, what does it matter if someone has a particular opinion on somebody? Because you have to have judgments. I mean, you absolutely do. I remember having a conversation with somebody, and we talked a lot about, she was like very spiritual, and I remember I told her that, because she was saying like, oh no, I don't judge people, and I was like, why? And she was like, well, I shouldn't have to. And I'm like, you should absolutely judge people. You should absolutely have a view on things, because how can you even begin to form the basis of what you believe if you can't judge people? And then you know what ended up happening? She ended up walking away from me right after I said that. Sure, you don't judge people? But my point being, with what I'm trying to bring up, is that there is no such thing as equality. There's no such thing as, like, there is such a thing as right versus wrong. Like, those comments I got from the Captain Marvel review was just weird. Just like really, really weird. And it all stems from social media. Like, all these kinds of insecurities that I'm bringing up, all these kinds of ignorances that I'm bringing up, because that lady I met was being very ignorant. Like, all these kinds of things, these stem from platforms. These stem from certain information that's being fed to certain people, and it stems from social media. It stems from the TikTokers. It stems from these influencers, as they like to call it. And it affects storytelling, absolutely. We end up getting stories, especially in mainstream culture, like, that are just rattling off the same kind of fucking nonsense. I want stories that are different. That's why I go out. I've said it before. This is why I go out to see the smaller films, because they're not binding to some kind of ideology. They're not, having to sit within a certain kind of bullshit. They can just do whatever the fuck they want to do. And I love that, Even though I didn't like Crimes of the Future, I respect it because it was doing its own thing. I really enjoyed other films like Vortex, or fucking, trying to think what else, Hit the Road, which I know none of you saw. Like, it's just funny to me that people are so impacted by social media and how it factors into their view on storytelling. Like, storytelling is always going to be, in my opinion, a very subjective art forms, So for you to limit it to such a certain thing, like, oh no, it has to be this one particular thing. Like, why? Just let art be art, And also, it's just art. It's just art, okay? Like, this person who does these things is not going to kill somebody. This person who is painting something is not about to rape someone. Like, the seriousness, like real things. These guys are not going to do that, okay? They're just not going to. Yes, we've had our cases. Yes, there are many scumbags in Hollywood. Absolutely. Harvey Weinstein, we know it, okay? Okay, there's not saying that there's not a couple of shitbags, or, whatever you want to call it. There absolutely is. But to make a generalization about storytelling and making it so specific, I just think that it's wrong. People should be allowed to express themselves, even if it's not fitting in your own agenda. I want to see it. I want to see those stories. And it's sad to me that people are so influenced by the likes of social media, and just like, being influenced by insecurities. Really think about that. You're being influenced by a bunch of insecure people. Because think about it, the people who do those like 30-second videos, do you really think that they have everything going for them? Even if they look like they're super fit, even though they have a big house and a good car, you really think that they're doing great with their life? No. They're having to do 30-second videos online of like memes and trends and stuff like that. Stupid shit, And that's just my opinion, okay? Again, I say you have to judge. You have to be able to have some judgment, because how can you even begin to form what you believe in if you don't have that kind of judgment? You have to. I'm not attacking people, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just making an observation. And what I'm observing is a lot of insecurities, a lot of people who are wanting to view it from one particular playfield, one idea, one ideology. Narcissism, absolutely. Like, there's so many people in Hollywood that operate on that kind of mindset. That's why I don't want to go to Hollywood, because I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of assholes and people who just, you know what I mean? Just don't, just kind of view things from a very specific viewpoint. It's very, very upsetting. That's how social media is so influential towards storytellers, and people can, like, cancel culture is real. It's totally real, and people can get removed and shut down just for saying a certain thing. Like, people are hurting Tarantino right now because he made a comment. Guys, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. You know what I mean? It's just funny to me. It's just really, really funny to me. So, yeah, I'm not frustrated or anything. It's just like, it's just very funny to me, the level of impact that social media does. Like, they're implementing it now into, like, film festivals now, and it's just like, why? Like, why is it so important for that social media influencer to be at such a prestigious festival? What does it matter? Why do you want why do you want insecurities at your festival? I don't personally want that I don't want that right now. Personally. I want people who are more headstrong. They have more of a grip to things. I don't want to be surrounded by people who are lost, Which I mean, you can say that that's what an artist is, but I don't know. I think that could be a little bit. I think that definition could be better. There's a better definition for an artist out there. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell. Like, I don't know how we've gotten to the point where social media is such a big voice in the storytelling place, but it's really sad. It's really, really sad, and I hope that, more people choose to stay in their own lane and not just have to, like, bend the knee, Like with Shang-Chi, he totally bent the knee. Because anybody who goes into those big projects, they know that's all they're going to be. That's all they're going to be. No one's going to know your name. They're just going to know you as Shang-Chi. He knew. He knew what he was getting into. And he did. And he could have done any other film that he wanted to. What does it matter if you need fame? What does it matter? Okay? Again, insecurities. It's called validation. That's what it is. Just tell the stories you want to tell. Okay? I'm tired of people inserting their little voices, their little politics and agendas onto these artists when they're not asking for that kind of conversation. It's just sad. It's just really, really sad. So hopefully more storytellers can not necessarily fight back, but just do your own thing. Really, just do your own thing. Who cares? Who cares what they think? Who cares what the online people got to say about it? I don't really have a prejudice at all. I just go into movies and I just hope for a good film. That's it. And you should too. Doesn't matter, oh, that story, I don't know about that story. Just go in and watch the movie. Just go watch the movie. Hopefully it's good. And leave your prejudice at the door. And don't go online making stupid comments or saying nonsense. Okay? Because, I mean, what does that say about you at the end of the day? Now, I'm a hypocrite because I do have a social media and I have posted on it. But, when I do that, I don't do that for validation. I do it more for archival reasons, you know? Like, I just do it for just to, like, if there's something that I've taken a picture of, or if I've, you know, something of a big day or whatever, I want to be able to archive it so that I have something to look back on, you know? Versus having to retain it all in here, you know? Like, you know, that's what I use it for. I don't do it just to go, oh, well, here's this and that. I've made mistakes like that, absolutely, and I have jumped back into that type of mindset before. Very recently, I'll admit. But you have to be better, you know? And you have to, like, you just have to realize that you're stronger, you're better, and that you can just do your own thing. And I say that to storytellers too. Do your own thing. Don't worry what people got to say about it. If they got a comment to make about it, hey, that's just how the business goes. That's just how that's just the cycle, right? You're gonna eventually get criticism. Listen to it, but if you don't like what they got to say, if you don't like the how do I say it, like, there's a difference between criticism and then there's insult, right? If someone's giving you a criticism, listen to them, because maybe they might be right. Don't be like stubborn, you know, like listen to what they got to say. But if it's something that you respectfully disagree with, then hey, just move forward. Move forward with what you believe is right, you know? But if it's just a flat out insult, then just ignore it, you know? It's just a balancing act, you know, when it comes to storytelling. And social media is just destroying all that. They're just making it so much harder for storytellers to be bolder and wiser and more authentic. We're having to play to some kind of political game. And I just think that it's just stupid. It's just very, very stupid. So this video can go for a long, long time because, you know, the troubles with social media are many, and you can tell that I'm a little bit like scattershot with this whole subject. But basically, what I'm saying is that social media should not be so impactful and so influential when it comes to storytelling. It should be its own. Social media, like, yeah, you can. Voice whatever you got to voice if you want to, but really, for me, I just take it more as an archival thing. You know, like I don't go out there to voice myself. I don't do that. I mean, I sometimes write like philosophical things on my Instagram, if you want to call it that. But again, that's just because I have written something that I feel is important to me, and I want to archive it somehow. And if some people appreciate it, then that's great. And there's a fucking airplane flying by. Sorry. But you know what I mean? It's like, for anything, like, I don't know. I just never have gotten why people feel the need to, like, voice themselves such passionately online. And the only answer that I can think of is a level of insecurity. You have to be so insecure in order to do that sort of thing. And it sucks how insecurities are feeding into storytelling. That's really sad. That's because really that's what boils down to. It's insecurities being pushed into storytelling and telling them what stories they should be telling, or telling them this and that. Again, there's criticism, and then there's insults, and then there's insecurities. And it seems like we're getting a lot more of the latter two. And that's just sad. At least to me it seems that way. I don't know. But you guys let me know. Do you guys think that social media is kind of killing storytelling, or do you guys think that it's actually important? I mean, like, I'm a huge hypocrite, because look at me, I'm on YouTube. I'm voicing myself. So I'm kind of a hypocrite in and of itself. I'll be the first to admit it. Not saying that I'm like, oh, I'm right, or I'm taking an ignorant stance on things. No, I'm a huge hypocrite too. So I'm not, you know, I'm just as hypocritical as anybody else. So, but you guys let me know your thoughts on the whole social media thing. Do you guys think that social media is a curse, or do you think that it's a benefit? Personally, for me, depending on what you use it for, it could be seen as a benefit, or it could be seen as a means to destruction, in my opinion. Because not all stories are the same, but everyone wants them to be the same nowadays because they're so insecure, or they're not wanting to see people voice themselves. They're wanting to take voices away, and that's, to me, very, very sad. So that's my thoughts on that, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This was a long video, so hopefully you guys will enjoy my little ramble of discussion. This was a bit of a ramble, so sorry if it just kind of didn't all kind of coincide together. It just kind of just went wherever it wanted to go, but hopefully there was some kind of sense to what I was saying. I literally also just got done. I've been working out for the past few days, so if I seem a little just like all over the place, just my bad. But hopefully there's some sense to this video. But you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'm gonna get inside now because it's getting cold. So, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the scenery. The scenery here is like pretty nice. Maybe we'll do more videos out here. You guys let me know. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go check out the film now. Hopefully it's good. That's all I asked for, and that's what you should be asking for too. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.